Patrick Mikhail. So Patrick's question, and just for your interest, a lot of these questions have actually come from many of you, either directly or indirectly, so thank you for your input on this. Patrick, the collector base in Ottawa is often thought of as conservative, transient, and very small. Our list of well-known patrons is, at least to my knowledge, Joe Friday. However, there seems to be the emergence of a mostly untapped demographic of moneyed young professionals eager for challenging and intelligent work. One, do you think this is true? And if so, what could be done to link these people with the art they desire to connect with?
Okay. I've been struggling with this question all week. I think I called Andrea earlier in the week and I just said, how am I going to make this question fit and try to be positive? Optimistic, not come down, not appear as somebody who's not optimistic about their city. And before I thought about it, I think I found a way to answer this and make sense of it. Over the last, I think before we start, we have to keep in mind that I've had a gallery for about 5-6 years. Over the last 3 years, everybody knows that we have experienced kind of a global economic meltdown. So I think anything that I've experienced over the last 3 years, it would be difficult to make generalizations as a result of it. Just as we opened, we started to kind of get a little bit of momentum, and then we went to the Toronto Art Fair one October, and while we were there, literally the market crashed. So since then, it has been kind of a real education. I'm actually kind of grateful that we had this experience, because what it's forced us to do is to become hopefully smart about how we operate and how we connect with people and how we run the gallery and connect with collectors. For anybody who's been at the gallery, we know that we're kind of in an odd location, and it was interesting to hear Peter talk about how artist-run centers and Gallery No. 1 is really squeezed out of the downtown floor. I kind of anticipated that at the very beginning, that to open up downtown would be a very complicated, expensive, and make something that was very challenging even more challenging. So I opted to go out into deep hunt club, where you have to bring your passport and you get a nosebleed the minute you leave the weed. And anybody who knows the gallery, we have a very small kind of boutique style gallery that we work very closely with about 20 artists. I would like to think that it's kind of like total career management, and we get involved in launching projects and working very, very closely with our artists to develop creatively, to develop concepts, to develop art and ideas, and then worry about bringing them to the marketplace. And our idea is to do everything with the artist and their work, but deliberately try to sell it. So that's kind of been our approach. So I think maybe other galleries in the city who are maybe providing work that is a bit more universal might have a different answer to this question, but I can only speak from my experience so far. And I think probably what we're getting at is that we have a very, what I've discovered is that we have kind of a very narrow marketplace for what we're doing, and we have kind of looked to the Ottawa market as much as possible to find that marketplace. And we've kind of moved beyond, and also what Andrea was saying about bringing, I find very important is not only bringing art in from other universities, but taking our artists out, which is constantly what I'm doing and what we try to do very much, and bringing our art and our artists to other communities and other environments, other marketplaces, not just commercially, but also on the creative side. So I think there are two ways to answer this question: the very short answer and the very long and complicated answer, the way that I see it. The short answer to are there 20, I guess, by young, what do you mean by young?
20-somethings, maybe 30, yeah.
I think, unfortunately, the answer, from my perspective, is no. I occasionally have clients and collectors that are in their 20s who come in and buy something, but I think generally the answer is no. Now, that doesn't mean that we have to be negative about the whole thing. And I thought some sort of version of dog eaters. And what is young in Toronto or Montreal is different than what is young in Ottawa. And I looked at all my clients and I tried to figure out who they were and how they broke down. And I have kind of figured out that in Ottawa, 40 to 50 is what 20 to 30 is in the city. So that's what I've seen.
Patrick's just playing the audience.
So if you're 40 or 50, you're young. By this Irish standards. Now, but if you look at the people that are buying in their 40s or 50s, they kind of break down into a couple of categories. And I think the biggest category that I see, and this is going to upset some people, I'm just relaying information, it is white, heterosexual males, very highly educated, two or three university degrees, very successful, very ambitious, they know what they're looking for, they know what they like, they've done all their research, and they are very motivated. They see what's happening in other cities, what's happening around the world, and they are smart. Now, and it's usually single, and that is right. No, not usually. Not usually. When I think of the clients that I have, successful business people, businessmen in this case, doctors, lawyers, let's see, educators, academics, and that's kind of like and we're not talking, I'll break down what I see as my client base in a minute, but that's kind of who I'm seeing, and I'm not experiencing in this city that type of client. Now, when I get telephone calls from Montreal or Toronto or Vancouver, occasionally the States, California, New York, and occasionally even Europe, then the whole demographic changes. It skews to a completely different, demographic, different types of clients, different people, and they have different interests. But the one thing that really categorizes all of them is that they're very smart. People know what they're looking for, what they like. They're very smart. They know immediately. They know they've done their homework. If you can never put one over on them. They know exactly. Not that I try over on anybody. What it's done to me is it's challenged me to become better and smarter and more adept. And I'm not even there. I never ever profess to be I'm not. I never ever said I was. I don't operate the same way as a curator or anything like that. I'm not. My education is something completely different. But you really have to do your homework. You have to provide high quality, the best of everything, smart, really, really well motivated work. So that's kind of what I've experienced in that area. So it's kind of, and all that, I think I've already touched on that, but it's based kind of on, the collector base that I have is based on education, leveling type, geography, what people are kind of getting out of the public opinion, what's the zeitgeist, what's the mood, what's happening in terms of what are they seeing at the National Gallery, what are they seeing at SAW, what are they experiencing at MoMA, what are they experiencing at the AGO, what is Canadian art writing about, what is the media in town writing about, and so on. So I think that's kind of a big element of it. I'm just trying to rush through so I don't.
Let me absolutely we'll get to it.
Okay.
Sure. Plenty of questions.
And I did want to tell you a little bit about what I experience as my client base. Again, I think that I'm not unique in terms of other cities, but I think I know what other client bases for other galleries are in the city, and I think that my client base is, not to say that I'll explain the female aspect of this, not just one. Usually, I think my core clientele is we are trying very hard to be, somebody told me that we were museum ready, and I took that as a very nice comment and a nice compliment, and that's really our goal, whether it happening now or it'll happen 5 years from now or 10 years from now. Our goal is to create work that is museum providing work to institutions like the Canada Council Art Bank, the Art Gallery of Ontario, the Ottawa Art Gallery, the Nova Scotia Art Bank, the City of Ottawa Corporate Collection, which has been extremely supportive of us, and so on. So we sometimes make sacrifices in terms of what we believe we can sell to the general clientele. If we have to choose, we always take that route. And as you know, anybody who does this, you know that's kind of the long, hard route, but we get a lot of satisfaction out of it. Then we have corporate collections, and that is a little bit, it's a little bit of a bridge between straight commercial and institutional, because usually those corporate collections are usually working with some sort of curator, and curators that they hire usually have a lot of experience or have worked in institutions, and they have a very strong sense of what's happening in the marketplace and what's important and relevant work. And another thing that I'm really always very flattered by is that we do very well with art professionals. That's curators, artists coming in and they will buy art from other artists and so on. You know, writers, university professors, art historians. So we're very gratified that we've always done very well with that. And in that case, they are usually female. That's my experience. Now, I don't know whether that means that just that kind of profession generally tends to have more women in it than men. I don't know, you'll tell me at one point. And then the product collections, as I saw before. A very, very, very fast little anecdote I'll tell you, and you'll laugh. This is, I had a young couple, probably in their mid to late 30s, come in earlier in the summer, probably July. They came in after dinner at one of the restaurants. We were kind of situated there. There was a few restaurants around us. And they came in, they were very excited to discover the gallery. They'd been referred by a couple of mutual friends. They came in and they were very, very excited to start collecting. So ever since July, we have been working with them and trying to get a sense of what they like, what they don't like, where they, you know, what they want to be when they grow up, what sort of things they'd like to have, and so on. It started off very, very well at the beginning. It was all very well intentioned. And as time went by, the field that we were investigating became a little more and more narrow as time went by. And the people that turned out that I thought were going to be very forward-thinking and committed to conceptual art, contemporary art, and these are people that are, I know what they do for a living. I won't tell you their names, but they have an incredible house. It's his and hers BMWs. It is seven-figure income for the household. As time went by, it started to become a little strange, and we ended up looking only at oil paintings. It was work only in the artist, but a really wonderful, wonderful painter. We don't have that many painters, but the ones that we have are exceptional, I think. And the final meeting we had this Saturday was showing them to make the final decisions on what they were going to purchase. And near the end of the afternoon, we were getting comments like, we don't like that one because it has aqua in it. And then we don't like this one because it has pink in it. Do you think you could do one for us that doesn't have pink or aqua? Do you think you could do one that would fit, that we like the 40 by 60 size, but is it possible to get 48 by 72 because that would be a bit more balanced and symmetrical? So at that point, I have to admit to you, I did check out a little bit, but I didn't make it obvious. And it continues. The conversation continues. They are nice people. We've been working hard at educating them and showing them and being happy and cheerful and tolerant. And I think that there's great hope. But I think that what people see in museums, what they see at SAW and Gallery 101 and the AGO and Honeywell, it is beautiful concepts. But people in the end have to take work home and put it in their homes and show it to their friends and get some sort of value from it that isn't something that someone told me, but something that they feel. So that's it.
Great. Thank you, Patrick.